Manhattan's new district attorney, Alvin Bragg, facing more backlash over his plan to go easy on criminals as prosecutors in his own office are reportedly leaving their jobs in droves. One law enforcement source telling the New York Post, quote, "I know one assistant district attorney who was with the office for over 20 years who left without a job. They didn't want to work in this kind of office. They wanted to continue prosecuting the law." Sounds pretty basic. Here to discuss, Fox News contributors Lara and Leo Terrell, along with Fox Business correspondent Jackie DeAngelis. Thank you all for being here. Leo, I'm going to start with you as our attorney here. The details are staggering. He issues this memo to go soft on crime. At least a dozen lawyers have quit, and none of them have been fired. Does he want this to happen? Does he want to bring his own people in?
Yeah, he wants to turn, Pete, and thanks for having me. He wants to turn the district attorney's office into the public defender's office. The fundamental job of every civilized society is to protect the citizen. Fox shows victim after victim in New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, all Democratic cities where the criminals are running the town. In Los Angeles, Pete, the U.S. Attorney's Office had to step in because we have a weak, soft district attorney to prosecute a cop killer. So that's what needs to happen. And one final point. Eric Adams has a honeymoon period. He has to openly criticize this DA. He has to attack this DA, and Push has to force this to come to a head. He needs to challenge this DA because if he's going to clean up New York, he has to start with cleaning up the district attorney's office.
A great point. Lara, would Eric Adams or any other mayor be capable of doing that if you have a district attorney, a top prosecutor who's unwilling to prosecute crimes and letting criminals go?
Well, he could certainly speak out against it and say that he doesn't agree with it. Look, as a district attorney, your job is to prosecute crimes and prosecute criminals and make sure that a community is safe. And when you have a district attorney saying that he is not even willing to enforce the laws, make no mistake about it, people are going to continue to leave New York. There will be more crime. There will be more smash and grabs. There will be more muggings. And like me, so many people are saying enough is enough. We cannot live in a lawless city like New York. It's one of the biggest cities in the world. So look, as mayor, I agree with Leo on this. Eric Adams should come out and speak out against this. You have to prosecute criminals. But look, this isn't just in New York City. Look at the Attorney General of New York State, Letitia James. This is a woman who ran on the campaign idea not of keeping New York safe. You've got crime rampant. She wanted to run to take down Donald Trump. She doesn't care how she could do it. She's looking for a comma out of place, Pete, if she can find it. And it is despicable that there are people fleeing this state because crime is through the roof and these people are worried about politics. This is going to come back to haunt every single Democrat in the midterm elections this year in November. Make no mistake.
Man, you're right. They've tried. And your father-in-law, by the way, keeps going. He had a big rally last night in Arizona. Thousands of people. Fox Nation covered it. By the way, folks can check it out there. Jackie, you know, we talk about New York, but as goes New York, so often goes the country. Just yesterday, we've reported on it, but it's a huge story. A woman was pushed off of the tracks into an oncoming train at Times Square subway station and was killed. I mean, the conditions aren't getting better.
And it was 9:30 in the morning, Pete. I'm really glad that you brought that up because who wants to live in a city like that? Oh, and by the way, Alvin Bragg is saying we don't want to prosecute people who jump fare turnstiles at the subway. I'm wondering, did this guy actually pay the fare when he did this yesterday? When you take these crimes and essentially say, oh, they're just misdemeanors, we're going to turn the other way, you make the city really unsafe. And it's a big problem. Silence is really important here, too. It's not just on Eric Adams. It's also on Governor Kathy Hochul. Charlie Gasparino writes in the Post today. He points out that her big business donors are saying you need to speak up about this because we want to get our people back to work. We want to keep doing business in New York. We can't do that if people are afraid they're going to get pushed on the subway and die.
So true. You know, I like you three, which means I think the big Sunday show is going to be great today at 5 p.m. Really appreciate your insight this morning. And Leo, I can't speak to Will, but I know I'm treating Rachel very kindly. Just wanted to make sure you know that, Leo.
Well, I want you to treat Rachel kindly like I am happy to be with Jackie and Lara. So I want you to treat them the same way I treat these two wonderful ladies.
Treat them as Leo treats others. I like that a lot. Lara, Leo, Jackie,
Love it.
thank you so much. I appreciate it. Good stuff.